All right, folks, ever had that nagging feeling that the path you've been trusting for years is actually slowing you down? Maybe you're sticking to the same routine, taking the same steps, and thinking that's enough. Well, that's exactly what I used to believe. For years, walking wasn't just a way for me to get around. It was my go-to for staying healthy. Even as I reached my 70s, my regular morning walks were non-negotiable. While folks around me talked about the inevitable slowdown of old age, the aches and pains, and the shaky balance, I felt pretty lucky. Walking does the trick. I think to myself, guess that's the secret. But then, little by little, things started to shift. Some of the things I used to do without a second thought now felt like a real effort. The grocery bag seemed heavier. Climbing the stairs left me winded quicker. I started needing to push off from chairs to stand up. At first, I chalked it up to the natural course of aging, a temporary slump. But this feeling became more frequent and more noticeable. Then came the day I nearly took a tumble over a slight bump in the garden. The jolt of panic, that brief moment of instability, really shook me. I scolded myself. Come on, Emily, don't be so clumsy. But a nagging worry had taken root. Was walking alone really cutting it? Or was I, without even realizing it, putting my health at risk? That incident sparked a curiosity in me. Despite being an expert in my own field, I started digging deeper into research about aging and exercise. I pored over medical journals, examined the latest studies, and talked with my colleagues. And what I learned surprised me, even worried me a bit. That trusty walking routine, if it's the only exercise you're getting, actually has some significant shortcomings that could speed up the aging process. Yes, walking is a fantastic activity. It supports heart health, boosts energy levels, and lifts your mood. But as our bodies age, they develop other needs that walking alone just can't meet. That's when I realized that relying on just one type of exercise was like putting all your eggs in one basket. Pretty risky. So, beyond walking, what should we be focusing on after 70 to maintain our health and vitality? Here are the 5 critical areas I identified based on my research and expert opinions. 1. Strength training, the key to preserving muscle mass. While walking is a great way to get around after 70, it often falls short in the battle against muscle loss. Sarcopenia, the medical term for the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength, becomes a major threat to independence in this age group. Our muscles don't just allow us to move. They also regulate our metabolism, support our bones, and keep our overall energy levels up. The problem is, walking primarily works your lower body muscles, and even then, it provides limited resistance. For muscles to strengthen and grow, they need regular, challenging stimuli. That's where strength training comes in. Take Robert, for example. At 74, he was a dedicated walker, hitting the pavement every day. He felt healthy and active, but one day, he struggled to lift a box that used to feel light as a feather. Getting up from the couch wasn't as easy as it used to be either. Initially, he attributed it to getting older, but when he spoke with his doctor, he learned that muscle loss wasn't just something that happened on its own. It accelerated if he wasn't actively challenging his muscles. On his doctor's advice, Robert started incorporating simple strength exercises into his routine. He worked with light resistance bands, did bodyweight squats, and used small dumbbells to work his arms. In just a few months, he felt an incredible difference. He was stronger, more stable, and had more energy throughout the day. Strength training doesn't mean becoming a bodybuilder at the gym. Simple exercises you can do at home with resistance bands, squats and push-ups using a chair or wall for support, or even lifting water bottles or canned goods can provide enough stimulus for your muscles. The important thing is to challenge your muscles regularly and gradually increase the resistance over time. Point 2. Balance and stability exercises. The essential way to prevent falls. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't always improve your balance and stability. Yet, after 70, preventing falls becomes one of the most critical aspects of maintaining health and independence. Falls are a leading cause of serious injuries in older adults, and often they happen not because of weak legs, but because of poor balance. If we don't actively work on our balance, it can gradually decline without us even realizing it. Walking doesn't challenge those small but crucial stabilizing muscles in our feet, ankles, and core the way balance-specific exercises do. And if your balance weakens, even a slight misstep can lead to a fall with recovery that could take months or even years. Consider Edward. At 76, he'd always been active, but one day, stepping off a curb, his foot landed at an awkward angle, and he suddenly lost his balance. He caught himself just in time, but that moment made him realize how vulnerable he'd become. His doctor told him that simple balance exercises, like standing on one foot, shifting his weight from side to side, and practicing control movements, could help him regain his stability. Within weeks, he noticed he felt stronger, steadier, and more confident in his movements. Balance exercises don't require a gym or fancy equipment. Simple movements like standing on one foot near a counter for safety, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or practicing slow, control weight shifts can dramatically improve your stability. Better balance means better posture, quicker reflexes, and even improved coordination, making every movement feel more effortless and in control. Point 3. Flexibility and mobility exercises, keeping your joints healthy. While walking gets your legs moving, it doesn't do much for your flexibility and mobility. Yet, these two become critically important after 70. Over time, your joints naturally stiffen, your range of motion decreases, and movements that once felt easy can start feeling restricted. If you've noticed that turning your head feels tighter than before, or that bending down to tie your shoes isn't as easy as it used to be, that's a sign your flexibility is declining. And as your mobility shrinks, so does your independence. Most people don't realize how important mobility is until they start losing it. Walking alone doesn't fully stretch your muscles or engage all the different movement patterns your joints need to stay functional. That's why doctors emphasize that after 70, dedicating time to flexibility and mobility exercises is just as important as staying active, because these exercises allow you to keep doing daily activities without discomfort or strain. Walter, 78 years old, walked regularly. But over time, he noticed that getting out of bed in the morning felt stiffer, and when he reached for something on the floor, he had to bend his knees more than usual. His doctor explained that this loss of mobility wasn't just about getting older. It was about not using his joints through their full range of motion. So, he started incorporating gentle stretching, control movements, and joint exercises into his daily routine. Within weeks, he felt looser, more comfortable, and even noticed an improvement in his posture. Flexibility exercises don't mean sitting down and touching your toes for 10 seconds. Dynamic stretches, control rotations, and gentle yoga-inspired movements can make a world of difference. Simple activities like neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee to chest stretches, or ankle circles help keep your joints lubricated and pain-free. More flexibility means fewer aches and pains, better blood circulation, improved posture, and even a lower risk of falls. 4. Core and posture exercises. Protecting your spine. Walking might keep your legs in motion, but it doesn't do much for your core strength or posture. And these are two things that become critical after 70. A strong core isn't just about having toned abs. It's about maintaining stability, preventing back pain, and ensuring your spine stays aligned as you move. If your core is weak, you might start experiencing lower back discomfort, balance problems, or a tendency to hunch forward when walking, all of which can increase your risk of falls and joint strain over time. Most people don't realize how important postural strength is until they start feeling aches and pains that weren't there before. If you've noticed you're slouching more, feeling stiffness in your lower back, or having trouble standing upright for long periods, that's a sign your core muscles aren't doing their job. Walking alone doesn't fully engage the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen and lower back, which is why doctors emphasize that core and posture exercises should become a priority after 70. Consider Harold, age 75. He was always active, but over the years, he noticed his shoulders rounding forward and his lower back feeling more strained, even though he walked daily. His doctor explained that poor posture was putting extra pressure on his spine and joints, leading to chronic stiffness and an increased risk of imbalance. So, he started incorporating gentle core activation exercises like seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, and abdominal bracing into his routine. Within just a few weeks, he noticed less back pain, better posture, and even improved breathing capacity. Core exercises don't require a gym or any special equipment. Simple movements like standing tall against a wall, engaging your lower abs while sitting or practicing slow, control rotations can activate those deep stabilizing muscles that keep your spine aligned. A strong core means better balance, reduced joint strain, and even improved digestion, as your abdominal muscles play a role in supporting your internal organs. 5. Joint protection and low-impact movements, reducing strain. Walking is a great way to stay active, but if it's your only form of movement, it can start putting unnecessary strain on your joints, especially after 70. As we age, cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and shock absorption becomes less efficient. This is why many seniors start to experience stiff knees, aching hips, or discomfort in their feet, even if they've been active their entire lives. The problem isn't necessarily the walking itself. It's that walking alone doesn't provide the joint support your body needs. Many people assume joint pain is just a natural part of aging, but in reality, stiffness and discomfort happen faster when you aren't actively protecting your joints. Walking can sometimes make this worse because it involves repetitive impact on the same joints over and over again. That's why doctors now emphasize that after 70, you need to diversify your movement with low-impact activities that strengthen and protect your joints. Think about the last time you finished a long walk. Did you feel energized and pain-free? Or did you notice aching joints, stiffness, or a lingering sense of discomfort? If walking leaves you feeling sore, it may be a sign that your joints aren't getting the support they need. This is exactly what happened to Raymond, age 77. He was walking daily, thinking it was the best thing for his health. But over time, his knees started feeling stiff, and his lower back began to ache. His doctor explained that he needed to reduce the repetitive impact on his joints and start incorporating low-impact movements instead. He began doing gentle swimming and cycling, as well as flexibility-focused exercises. Within just a few weeks, his pain decreased significantly without him having to give up movement altogether. Joint-friendly movements include activities like water exercises, cycling, tai chi, or even simple chair-based stretches. These activities help increase blood flow to the joints, improve lubrication, and strengthen the surrounding muscles without putting excessive stress on sensitive areas. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, less stiffness, and greater ease of movement for years to come. Well, folks, as we wrap things up here, take a moment to reflect on these 5 key areas. If you've been relying solely on walking for your exercise, you might not have realized just how much more your body needs than just steps to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free after 70. Your focus should shift towards preserving muscle mass, improving balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These are the things that will truly keep you active and independent for years to come. Many people assume that aging means slowing down, but the truth is, your body is still capable of improvement at any age. Whether you need to work on strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes can make a huge difference in how you move, how you feel, and how long you maintain your independence. The key is to start now. Muscle, balance, and joint health don't decline overnight. It happens gradually. But the good news is that means you have the power to slow it down or even reverse it. So, which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? We'd love to hear from you. So please leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Remember, taking care of your health is like tending to a beautiful garden. Walking is like watering your plants. Essential, but not enough on its own for your garden to truly flourish. Your garden needs strong roots, strength training, sturdy stems, balance, flexible branches, flexibility, a supportive base, core strength, and gentle care for delicate blooms, joint protection. Don't just water. Nurture every aspect of your well-being, and you'll enjoy a long and vibrant life in your garden of years. What's one small change you'll make this week to nurture your health garden? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more tips and inspiration for healthy aging, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join our community.